You think the internet comes from satellites, from the sky. You are wrong. The real internet, the entire global economy, runs on a secret network at the bottom of the ocean. For 50 years, we have built an invisible nervous system for the planet at a cost of $1 trillion. This is the story of the 500 subsea cables that run the world, and we're telling it in 4 key stats. Stat 1, the scale. Right now, there are approximately 530 active cables. If you laid them end to end, they would circle the Earth 35 times. That's 1.4 million kilometers of cable. The cost is staggering. A single cable, like the Maria cable connecting the US to Spain, cost $250 million. The total value of this network, over $1 trillion. For decades, building these was slow and expensive, but in the last 10 years, everything changed. The builders of this new highway are not who you think. Stat 2, the new owners. In 2010, tech giants like Google, Meta, and Microsoft owned 0 cables. Today, they are the single biggest investors and owners on the planet. Why? Because they are the internet. In 2012, 50% of transatlantic traffic was private. By 2025, that number is projected to be over 80%. It became cheaper for Google to build its own $250 million cable than to rent bandwidth from the old telecom companies. Google now has ownership in over 20 cables. Meta is not far behind. This gives them a massive strategic advantage. They control the pipes. And the reason they need these pipes comes down to 2 words: bandwidth and latency.
So let's talk about bandwidth. People always ask, what about Starlink? Satellites are revolutionary for remote areas, but they cannot compete with the physics of glass. Stat 3, the data. A single modern subsea cable, like Google's Grace Hopper cable, can carry 352 terabits per second. Meta's Amity cable is rated for 400 terabits per second. Let me put that in perspective. That one cable can handle more data than the entire Starlink satellite network combined. It's not a competition. It is a total domination. And then there's latency, or speed. Data in a fiber optic cable travels at nearly the speed of light. From New York to London, the trip takes 33 milliseconds. A satellite, to send the signal up and down, takes 50 to 90 milliseconds. You think, who cares about a few milliseconds? High-frequency trading firms care. These are companies that make billions by trading stocks fractions of a second faster than competitors. They have spent hundreds of millions of dollars building their own private cables just to shave 2 or 3 milliseconds off the trip. This trillion-dollar network is the foundation of modern finance. And it is incredibly, incredibly vulnerable. Stat 4, the new battlefield. This network's greatest weakness is that it is physical. There are over 150 cable breaks every single year. Most are accidents. 70% are caused by fishing trawlers and ship anchors dragging on the ocean floor. But the real risk is geopolitical. In 2024, 3 major cables in the Red Sea were cut. It caused a massive data outage between Europe and Asia. Was it an accident? Or was it sabotage? Look at a map of the cables. You will see choke points. The Strait of Malacca, the English Channel, and the Suez Canal. Nearly all data flowing between Europe and Asia passes through a single narrow channel in Egypt. A single targeted attack in one of these choke points could sever entire continents. And it's not just sabotage, it's espionage. For years, NATO has tracked Russian research ships and submarines operating suspiciously, right on top of critical data cables. They are not fishing. They are mapping the internet's weak points. Stat 5. Data gravity. This physical network has created a new force of nature, data gravity. It's the idea that data is now so heavy, it's easier to move the computers than to move the data. Think about it. Why is Virginia Beach, or Marseille in France, or Singapore suddenly a global tech hub? Because that is where the cables land. Massive billion-dollar data centers are being built right next to these cable landing stations just to be 2 milliseconds closer to the data highway. The cables are not just supporting the economy, they're physically shaping it. This network is the single most important infrastructure in human history, and it is completely invisible. It is the foundation of our entire global economy, resting vulnerable at the bottom of the sea. If you want to see more data visualizations that expose the hidden systems, subscribe to StatSphere and click the like button. It's the best way to tell YouTube this data is worth sharing. And let us know in the comments, what system should we expose next?